Welcome to my Motivational Moments channel. Whenever I seek to enhance my thinking surrounding the issues of daily life, I take on the reflective habit of a monk or friar to give my inner thoughts time and attention through the practice of silent contemplation. In this episode, I reflect on the topic of emotion commotion. Emotions are how we communicate to others, on the meaning we make out of the life circumstance we find ourselves in. We lose our cool now and again. There are times when we get emotionally charged in the heat of the moment and blow our top, where in fact we should be steady as a rock. What we're really doing is celebrating our frustration in front of others who become a victim of our circumstance, and it's not a good look. The pace of our digital life is a big instigator. It's altered reaction times. Technology demands an instant reaction to the information in front of us, the immediacy of which reduces our emotional filters and intellectual thoughtfulness. We leap to the conclusion that our first thought is our best thought, without first thinking things through. Everything that comes at us is through our senses. It's all turned into a feeling. The language of emotions are felt first before our mind has a chance to comprehend the meaning of a situation. The reason for that is emotions travel through the body on separate intuitive pathways, which are on a different stream of consciousness than the mind uses to process information. Highly emotional people use emotional instincts rather than intelligence to manage situations. It's their default. But when emotions become your boss, it bullies your behavior and logic flies out the window. A burst of heated emotion is like a fire you have to put out. When you flare up, you burn through the threshold of comfort in those around you. One moment of negative emotional outburst and vindictiveness can damage the investment you have in your reputation. The danger is we get stuck in our own intuitive emotional history, and psychological bonds are hard to break. But it doesn't have to be that way. Emotions are an essential part of the human experience. The expression of healthy emotions exhibit enthusiasm, positiveness, influence, and trust. When at the mercy of unhealthy emotions, we display feelings of frustration, miscommunication, mistrust, boredom, or fear, which can be very destructive. Controlling our emotions is one of our most powerful areas of restraint. Think of it as a log jam curtailing the flow of a river, backing itself up to overflow the banks. To break that emotional logjam, ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling, and how did I get to react this way? By asking those questions, you isolate the emotion to give it truth, life, and form in terms of how you are feeling. By recognizing and labeling the emotion, you can domesticate its effects, resulting in more thoughtful behavior. You reshape your emotion into an object of scrutiny, interrupting its intensity. Once you've named that emotion, there is power in practicing a new response when you find yourself in a similar emotional situation. Write out how you will respond next time you anticipate being confronted with a similar circumstance. You're much wiser out of the heat of the moment. You can develop your emotional agility by practicing and rehearsing a different reaction away from the emotions and anger of the moment. And who you become in the process will set you free. As you feel the temperature of your rising emotion, contain your impulse by looking up to the sky. The very act of redirecting your vision will interrupt your emotional pathway, so you can pause and reset. Soften your vocabulary. Take a walk. Calm down. Label your feeling. Focus on 4x4 breathing. That is 4 seconds to slowly draw in your breath and 4 seconds to exhale. So I urge you to never waste a good opportunity to learn and cultivate the ability to let go. Between the flood of emotional stimulus and response, remember, there is a space that gives you the power to choose how you react. Rather than have your emotions use you to play the victim, choose to use your emotions to reach out for a greater understanding. You can't control the circumstance, but with practice you can control your reaction to it. Rid yourself of regret from losing control. Choose the high road. Don't give up on yourself and who you want to be by giving in to your emotions. Until next time, be good to yourself.